Man, you talked about those who bring glory to us are people we love.
Mm.
I almost thought about that's a strong line.
Yeah.
That's a strong line. Paul says in Galatians 1, at the end of the chapter, it's my favorite verse. He says, and they glorify God because of me. He
Mm-hmm.
goes through and gives his testimony about what he used to be.
Yeah.
And now he talks about how he's crucified with Christ. It's him living through faith. But then he gets to the end and says, listen, man, now they glorify God because of me.
Mm-hmm.
And if our life is not pointing to Christ,
Yeah.
we'll start seeking who can, or better yet, go back to what you're saying, we'll start shaping people to the image that we want,
Mm-hmm.
because ultimately it's back to what we talked about last week, the idolatry piece, because we just want to feel that glory.
Mm. Yeah.
We want that glory.
Yeah.
So when you wrote that, I said that is a powerful, powerful statement. Can you elaborate just a little more on that? Just from I know you got that big mind in yours. I know you got a circle with different arrows going at how many points you can hit right now on that. But man, drop something on that, man, because that's beastie. I think the people need to know that.
Yeah, it goes back to what you were saying, where we just have this high view of self.
Mm.
We have this high view of self where we do seek our own glory, our own honor, our own praise. And those people who give it to us, those are those who we reciprocate
Yeah.
the love back to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a dangerous spot to be, because you do not deserve all the praise. You do not deserve all the honor. And you
Mm-hmm.
do not deserve all the glory.
Right.
Like you said, I'm simply here to point you to the one who does. And it's so hard for us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to say something.
Yeah, man. I was in a meeting with an older guy,
Yeah.
a mentor session,
Okay.
and he broke this thing down to me. He asked me, "Do you like me?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah, I like you, man."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Most people figure out that they really like a person or love a person because that person let them talk about them."
Mm.
You know that? He said, "I like that guy."
Mm-hmm.
You know why you like that guy? Because all he did was let you talk about yourself. You know why you love that person? Because they brought you glory.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to shift that thing around.
Yeah.
To have love from a pure spot. And the only way to get love from a pure spot is what you go down to, and on page 17 you start dropping, loving those who do not meet our conditions is a sacrifice on our part.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a sacrifice to love. I don't care who you are,
Yeah.
what you got.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you're going to have to sacrifice is love.
Yeah.
Talk about that, bro.
Yeah. I did want to harp on what you said. I always try to be cognizant of, when I'm talking to people, is not talking about myself too much, because I think we even brought this up before, where just simply a lot of times you have conversations where people all they want to do is talk about themselves and what they're doing, and they don't even take time to say, hey,
How you doing?
how you doing, what's going on with you. It's all about them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just something practical that I just try to instill. Like, it's not about me. I don't want to have a conversation about me. I want to get to know this other person, because the other person, and we want to be really careful, because there's nothing wrong with showing love to someone.
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm
but
gonna do
I
that
think-
to the day I die.
Yeah,
To the day I die, baby.
but we want to be like very careful when that showing love to someone is like your motivation for
Yeah.
reciprocating it.
Gotcha.
I think that's what we want to be careful of. But just practically speaking, I just love, somebody asks me, because we'll say, hey, how you doing? I say, I'm doing good. How about you? And people appreciate that, because I think most people just think inwardly. They don't think outwardly. They don't just extend that just courtesy to other people. But I just wanted to
That's
touch
strong,
on that.
man.
And so
Sacrifice.
sacrifice. Yeah, I think I was saying something to the effect where loving someone is a sacrifice, because a lot of times the person can do nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't show love to a certain individual is because, you know, I don't know if you're gonna go over this quote. I think I say something to the effect that we look down on those who, you know, are not where we are financially.
Mm-hmm.
We look past those who can't do anything for us.
Mm-hmm.
We typically show love to someone who can do something for us. Material
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
as opposed to showing love to someone who can do absolutely nothing for us. That's how you can judge someone's character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do stuff for people who can do nothing for them.
Cause that ain't, you know, that's not love. That's manipulation.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what it is.
seeing somebody and saying, you know, man, that person can do some things for me, man.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and
Yeah.
ease my way in.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And I think so many
under the
times
mask of
people-
networking.
you absolutely right. And so to love someone that way, it is a sacrifice, because it's going to require you to forgive. It's
Mhm.
going to require you to show grace. It's going to require you to do so many things that you may not get in return.
Right.
But it's like, that's what love is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm showing this love to someone who does not meet any of the conditions,
Right.
and they probably can't do nothing in return
Right.
for me.
That's strong, man.
You know, and so after I broke down the noun, break down the verb, and I don't know where you about to go.
To your
but
motives.
What gives you, man, we did, bro.
Yeah.
What gives you that motive to love someone sacrificially?
Yeah.
What gives you that motive? And I think, and again, I don't know what you highlighted, but I think I say something to the effect, love must be a personal experience before it can be reciprocated.
Mm.
And so I
Break
talk
that down.
about how a lot of us, we learn love from our parents.
Yeah.
You know, just like I said, just looking at this objectively, a lot of people have seen it modeled out by their parents
Mhm.
or their grandparents or
Mhm.
someone in that place where they see, man, this is love. This is the love that was shown to me, and this is how I show it to others. But what happens when you don't have your parents, you don't have grandparents, where you don't see this type of love
Mhm.
modeled out? And I say something to the effect of, the most bitter people in the world are those who haven't received any love.
Mm.
And it's like, it's
At the root.
at the root, you know, because it's like, why are you such a Grinch? You know, what was wrong with you?
Why you in the game?
Why are you this way, just so angry?
Mm.
And it's because they haven't experienced any kind of love,
Yeah.
any of that. And so that's where I kind of go in giving my perspective on love, that if you don't see it modeled out by parents,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't see it modeled out by grandparents, or wherever your model may be, where you don't, because like I said, I think we get most of our definition from love from TV shows and movies.
Yes, I
That's
agree.
where we get
I agree.
what love is, because so many people have this idea of, man, once I get married, that's the end. No, that's the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beginning. And so we have this false idea of love, and I don't think in this chapter I really touch on it, but other chapters that we're gonna go through, just the divorce rate,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
because we come in with this expectation of, this person is gonna do something for me,
Mm-hmm.
and if this person isn't doing something for me, I'm out.
Mm.
I'm out, because it's hard to love this
Servitude
individual.
is not foundational.
No.
Mm.
No. And so yeah, so I explore, you know, what is that motive?